Ho ho ho. Well, I've just come in from the garage. And what did I find? But, yes, there are more. A 1541. And this one is yellowed and gross. Well, not gross, it's just, it either had a lot of sun or a smoker, or a lot of sun with a smoker, I don't know. I have not had a moment to even plug it in this yet. But first, as I continue to test discs, and this is something that I do a little at a time. Okay. And this is the nice thing about this. I can just say, back up D0D1, poof, gone. Away it goes. And so far, I haven't had any bad ones. So, we want to test this disk drive. Most everything I need right here, except perhaps a power cable. I will do that. So, power on the 64. Oh yes. Jumpman Jr. is still in there. We don't need that in there right now. So, you have a serial cable. And all we need now is one lonely power cable. What's that? Nope. My golly, oh. Do I see one? I was just going to say the lamp has failed us. But I think this one fell off the lamp. And look, we have a power bar right here. So, we were turned on, we'll turn off. This has been out in the garage for a long time. I will turn it on. And the lights reacted normally, and somewhat favorably. Up comes the 64. Alright, it is device 8. Meanwhile, back at the 8296. Oh, what is this? Alright. Looks okay. This is a disc marked R something. I have no clue what R ever stood for. And the CFOC way of doing things. No clue. Oh, it's not that. It's looks like it's a 128 disc. Anyway, it comes up. So we say back up D0 to D1. We walk away. So now, over yonder here, we would like to use 1541 test demo disc. So, we have one. Oh. That doesn't sound good. Okay, I'm going to send it the initialize command, which sometimes clears these things up. So it's open 15, 8, 15, quote, I, 0, colon, close 15. Huh. Well, it did that pretty quick. Oh, looky. Okay, that seems to have got it whipped back into shape. If ever you have a 1541 that just does not want to read, remember that command. Initialize, not format, initialize. So we're now loading the performance test. Now, the one issue I have right now, brilliant, is the disk that I know is blank and that I use to test such things is sitting in the 4040. But I think this will be done in a moment. I did find there are a bunch of disks amongst all these disks that look very blank. This is from the World of Commodore collection. At least they have nothing written on them. I will, of course, search them and see. There was, it's funny, I found a disk in, oh, okay, we're done. Woohoo! We were cataloged. Yeah, I think it's a 128 thing. Looks like terminal programs. Okay, so, that's good. We'll pop our scratch disk into the 1541. Let her go. Oh, maybe, it's funny, I thought that it said RAAE. I think it is a Y, which I think was the 128. CHG. No clue what that was. And may never know, because it doesn't seem, oh, here we go. T-Pug Printmaster. Looks like a whole disc full, oh, that didn't sound good, of Printmaster graphic things. T-Pug Printmaster. Okay, I don't know if you've heard those little clicky things there. That is not normal? And now, this disk over here, which has a very long directory, is not wanting to read. Very strange. Anyway, this is very strange. It worked before. Let's try it in the other drive. And it seems sweet. I wonder, hello Sheldon, how you doing? I wonder if this is a case where disks can indeed have microscopic dirt on them. And, oh, that just doesn't sound good in there. Well, it seems to be doing the same now. Sort of, kind of, maybe. Hi, Sheldon. Mighty strange. Anyway, back to the 1541. It is doing its thing here. But this disk is causing issues. I wonder if indeed I have run across a dirty disk. Ding.
That was easy.
So this drive, despite its funny noises, seems to tell me that it has passed the performance test. I am somewhat dubious. I mean, it seems that it has, but it made a lot of funny noises. It did. And it is really filthy. Back out T1 to T0. Let's try that. Huh. So, let's see here. Let us take a random disk. Oh, look. Here's a useless thing. Quantum link. Common sense. Program disk. How magical. Let's just try and load the directory. It loads. Oh, it's already blank. How magical. And here I was worried about losing quantum link. Alright, so we will load the performance test again. Meanwhile, keeping a close eye on the drives over here to see what's going on here. Performance. I should mark this disk as a blank test disk. So we will run and we will put in the scratch disk, and away we go. And this is copying, perhaps. Hello, Sheldon, I hear you. Why don't you come in and say hello? Maybe the people would like to see you. Perhaps. So, this is sounding okay. And this seems to be working okay. Imagine. It's funny, if you watched other episodes earlier, I managed, there was a disc, I think it was Pac-Man, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I hear noises. Pac-Man, yes, it was Pac-Man. And every drive I put it in, it killed it. There had to be some, this is making strange noises again. Well, this seems to have worked. Anyway, there had to be some, as I say, microscopic sponge on the disc, because I put it in and things would start to go well, and then it would just crap out, and I could never get that. Now I know it was just the head dirty, so that was the disc that I did slice down the side and wash in warm soapy water, and I let it hang up for about 3 days. Huh, look at that. It works. Still not so sure I trust this stuff. I'm going to try again from the other drive. See what happens. initializes. This is very confusing. Because it backed up fine, supposedly. Oh. Supposedly. Oh, I need to close the door. Meanwhile, the drive continues. So, it seems to have backed up quite fine. Seems to have passed. Imagine. I think, wow, this is weird. Alright, massage the drive, turn it off. I'm going to run the performance test again on this, because I really think each time it runs, it sounds a little different. Maybe a little better. And I'm just going to check the directory of this disk. And after turning it on and off, now comes up. I don't know how many there are. There's a whole lot of things that are all 3 blocks in size. And they are graphics for Printmaster. Huh. Look at that. And now they come up. I wonder if there is some heat up injury. Something happening with this seemingly perfect disk drive. I'm going to try another backup. Meanwhile, this continues to be tested. Many disks. I'm just trying to think, what else did I pick up? Oh, well, I don't have them here. I did get some screwdrivers. Never have too many screwdrivers. Did I bring anything else in here right now? Oh, heck yeah. I got a whole box of things here. Oh, including a power cable. Look at that. Here's something, and it may not apply much to our fine Commodore machines, but, and I will have to check, I believe, if you are having, well, I mean, it's a switch box. And in the back, it seems it has what would be sort of, maybe Ethernet or other connections. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why I'm not sure why I would need this. But anyway, I will check into it and see if it's functional and if it works. You never know, you know. I think I will put that carefully in the box of cables. So, you know what? The more this drive works, the more this drive is sounding quite happy. Maybe it just needs a little workout. Also in this box, something more exotic. Uh-oh. I hear things happening. We're not. Uh-oh, we have an error. We have an error. This is another switch box. Just like the last. Why is that? Oh, that's me. Just like the last one. So we can go in there, and I will assess it and figure out this one. Oh, this is just a regular power cable. Can never go wrong with a power cable. This is a bigger switch box. A, B, C, D. And it appears that, well, it's got a lot of things on the back. it has 5-pin DIN connectors, which are in fact similar to the old, like the old 64s. And then it has other connectors that look like one. I think it's an IBM thing, but you know what, while I'm here, because this is a 5-pin DIN, I'll see if it fits. It's a little off-center. Oh, look at that, it does. So this could potentially, even though I think it's made for an IBM something, it could be used for some Commodore multi-monitor, or, yeah, some sort of application perhaps. I don't know. Once again, I'll check it out, see if it works, and decide, oh, no. Well, and with that, the balance of this box went bad. Oh dear. Just a moment here. Switch boxes to the back. Okay. Whew. That was fun. Nothing like a little avalanche. Yeah. So back here is the drive here. Read error. And I'm cataloging D0, which is the input. I'm going to run the performance test again. Oh, that's sounding much better. This is very strange. Okay, the directory shows okay, but the disk does not. So, I'm going to do the backup again. I'm going to massage twice, or both drives, and I'll see. Anyway, oh, I hear bad things. Maybe. Possibly. Anyway, from all accounts, this very dirty, stained, sun-beaten. It may actually, you know what, it might be the top and the bottom may not even match. But anyway, despite all of that, we might have another 1541 that works. How epic is that? So, one last thing, as this is doing its thing maybe. Here we have, and this is really not much good at this moment to me, but I just couldn't resist. It is a joystick, and I believe the whole idea behind it, because it has massive throw things, it was for, oh, it's called a flight stick. There it is. And it has certainly a connector that probably goes on an IBM. But it really does a very good job at mimicking the control stick on an airplane. Now, does it work? I don't know. Can I test it? I don't know. It's not in bad shape. I will investigate it. Who knows? Maybe there's an adapter that will let it work on a fine Commodore machine. So, the 1541 is testing, and this backup is still backing up. It may be, you're scratching. It may be this is one of those things, because I want to know, I mean, if this doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if this is something that I should maybe do a format, well, we passed it again. And it sounds really good. do it again. If this, oh, I hear things. This is doing the track and sector thing. And, oh, what happened? Do we have an error? It says okay. Well, this is strange. Very strange. What? I'm thinking this is, I forget how many files you can actually have on a disk. But this disk, it's about half empty. And yet, maybe in terms of the number of entries in the directory, it's full. I don't know. But boy, there's a lot of printmaster graphics on there. So I think I'm going to do something else. I'm going to reformat. Oops. I'm going to reformat my test disk and call it tpug print master, comma ht as it is called. And then I'm going to close 15. So now my test disk is being formatted, which of course it does all the time. And this ugly drive is doing just fine. But when I was out in the garage, I saw more things I need to bring in, but I couldn't quite get to them yet. So I will. I have no doubt the pile of drives will rise again, perhaps another layer. Perhaps. Anyway, don't judge a book by its cover. This thing, I don't think it's the ugliest 1541 I've ever seen. But it's getting there. And it, oh, okay, we are formatted. We will check, and then I'm going to say copy D0 to D1. See, it may be that on the backup, I don't know, it may be on the backup that what's happening is there may be an error on the disk, but it may not be where any of the files are. Maybe. Who knows? What did we, oh, we looked at the fine joystick. I got, you know what, I slipped up in that there was another one of these in the box, or on the table there. And I should have grabbed it because, of course, it's a beastly power bar. The bad thing is, I think, well, not necessarily a bad thing, it has a Hubble connector on this end, which means I cannot use this, and it is too beautiful to butcher. It just is. But maybe there is something to be done with it. Maybe. I'm just not sure. I'm not going to hang this one on the lamp. It's too heavy. But looking back, I should have grabbed them both. Why? Well, why not? Alright. Why not? Oh, that's not going well. It's funny, when a box is overflowing, sometimes things overflow. There's a nice box. I'll put it there. So this is continuing to copy. I'm just looking. What else did I find? What else? Oh, here's something. And forget. This is an Amiga magazine called Amiga Format, and I picked up some, and they all still have the disc that was included attached. Now this one, I mean, they look like they've seen better days. I don't know if there's supposed to be one disc or two or whatever, but I'll check it out. It's from, January 1994. And I think this might have been a British thing. think. But anyway, the disc says "Beneath a Steel Sky," and that is mysterious enough. So this is copying. This drive seems to have been exercised into joy, and I have more things to bring in from the car. So, we'll meet again. We'll talk more about this ugly disk drive. It has, I don't know if Commodore ever made it. It's almost like it has the white drives, that's of course very yellowed, in the bottom of a somewhat brown case, and the top is a very dirty, ugly, stained case. So really, I think it is something that someone has pieced together. Because in looking over here at the wall, nowhere do I see a brown 1541 with a white front of a disk drive in there. Nowhere. I just don't. So I don't think they ever made them that way. I think this is pieced together. But that's not bad. I mean, if you need something that works, and it works, it's good. Good. So, I think, for the moment, I'm going to let the... Oh, by the way, when you copy individual files like this, copy D0 to D1, it takes much longer than a backup. It does. But it gets to reorganize them, and it does them one at a time, and that's another way to find out if a disk has issues or if it does not have issues. Or if it has issues where issues matter. So I will leave these things cooking away. That's what my chiropractor used to say. I have a patient cooking. He was a wonderful man, did all kinds of things. He was also, yes, a member of T-Pug and an avid Commodore user. So, I think I've done enough damage for now. Maybe I'll go back to the garage and try and dig some more stuff out. Because you can never have too many disk drives on a pile of disk drives. Thank you for coming. We'll do this again soon. Bye for now.